Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Amy from Neurotic Mom Bakes, and hands down the #1 question I get asked is, what is your buttercream recipe? So I'm going to redo this. I've done a tutorial before, but I'm redoing it so it's a little bit more clear and concise and simple and easy to follow. I use my own version. It's kind of a hybrid of American buttercream and cream cheese frosting. American buttercream uses all butter and powdered sugar, a little bit of cream or milk. I substitute about a quarter of the butter for cream cheese. It just gives it that slight tang that takes away the really sweetness of regular American buttercream, and I like the texture better. It's better for piping. So here we go, let's start. I'm going to say the recipe in both cups and grams. So to start, we are going to do 1.5 cups or 339 grams of unsalted room temperature butter. Then I'm going to put in 4 ounces or 113 grams of cream cheese, and I just pull this straight out of the fridge. If you want to use 4 sticks of butter, that will totally work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip this until it's nice and light and fluffy. Okay, I also get asked how I make my buttercream so white. That's the first trick, is whip your butter really well and it will lighten in color. Okay, next I'm going to gradually add 2 pounds or 8 cups or 907 grams of powdered sugar. I know a lot of bakers will disagree with me. I do not sift my powdered sugar. I have never had a problem getting my buttercream smooth, and it is such a pain with that extra step. Such a pain and so messy and so time consuming. I just dump the powdered sugar right in. Now we're gonna start adding our cream. Depending on how stiff you want your buttercream, you can add anywhere from 2 to 4 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. I'm going to measure. So each tablespoon is 15 grams or milliliters. There's 1. There's 2. We're going to start with 3. You can adjust this. You can adjust the ratios depending on where you live. Also, if it's really humid, add less cream and add a little bit more powdered sugar. All right, at this stage, I'm going to add my vanilla, a teaspoon or 2 of vanilla. My next trick for getting a whiter buttercream is I find clear vanilla on Amazon. You can use imitation vanilla, you can use clear, pure Mexican vanilla. Then you don't have to add that brown color with the pure brown vanilla. Okay, I know this sounds crazy, but salt will always enhance whatever flavor buttercream you are doing. So I do a few shakes of salt, or like a quarter of a teaspoon, a dash of salt. Okay, at this stage, I'm going to check the consistency and just scrape my bowl down and decide if I need to add more cream or not. And definitely, I'm going to add some more. I live in a very dry climate, and it's quite cool a lot of the months of the year. So I don't have a problem with my buttercream becoming really soft or melting. Okay, I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon. And then the last trick to get a really white buttercream is let this whip for a good 2 to 4 minutes on medium-high. Another trick, I haven't tried it personally because I get this white enough myself, but other bakers, if you find you can put the tiniest drop of a violet food gel in there. That purple it sounds crazy, but it lightens it up. It kind of counteracts with the slight yellow and makes it whiter. But this is good enough for me. Okay. Yes, I think that is just perfect. It is. Okay, so let's just recap. That's 1.5 sticks of butter, or 1.5 cups of butter. That's 339 grams. 4 ounces of cream cheese. That's 1/2 cup, or 113 grams. 2 pounds of sugar, or 8 cups, and 907 grams. Today I used 4 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, which is 60 grams or milliliters, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla and a pinch of salt. All right, now let's talk about storing buttercream. If you want to make this in advance, you totally can. I like to put it in a Tupperware and cover it right on top with plastic. I'll press the plastic right up because I don't want it to crust at all. Cover that up and then I'll put the lid on. You can store this in the freezer up to a month. Before using, you'll want to pull it out of the freezer and let it come to room temperature, so like the night before. Or if you're going to be using it within a week, you can put this in the fridge. And again, just let it come to room temperature for 2 to 3 hours before using it. I do not recommend trying to defrost it in the microwave. It defrosts unevenly and it will give it a weird consistency. If you are going to use it within 1 day, it is perfectly okay to leave it on your counter for a day or 2. The sugar acts as a preservative with the cream and the cream cheese in there, so you don't need to worry about anything spoiling or going bad. It is totally fine to leave it out for a day or 2 at room temperature to use it. So that's how I store my buttercream. Okay, so there you have it, my #1 most asked question, my buttercream recipe. Really simple. I made it in less than 5 minutes, just using a few ingredients. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and give this a try and let me know how it works out for you.